No.
Hello,
Everybody.
how is everyone? Hi, Barbie. Hi, John. Are we ready to see glowy glass?
Just take our word for it. Everything glows, guys. Otherwise, we'll have to do the whole show with the lights out. Everything glows. I promise. I promise.
Everything glows for me except for my very last item. My very
Yes.
last item is not glowy.
Yes, because we all get stuck with that item that we swear, Kim, I forgot my black light at home. I know it's going to glow, and you get it home, and you're like,
yes, I was sure it was. I mean, it's still absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
But I was sure it was going to glow, and no, it did not.
Mm-hmm.
It did not.
I had that happen with an Avon piece I bought. I didn't see the Avon mark on the bottom.
Oh,
and
no.
I bought it, and I was convinced it was going to glow, and it didn't glow. So now it's the base of my candle holders.
I tell you what gets me every time is in Tiara Indiana glass green.
Yeah.
Because it looks like it should glow, and it does not glow. Tiara Indiana glass does not glow, but it is the green that absolutely looks like it should glow. Because it was made to mimic the depression glass.
Yeah.
It doesn't glow.
I had a piece that had a freckle, and only a freckle of uranium, and it was from whatever was in the mold before. But then to go and find it again, hey, look, but the notifications finally went out. Then to go and find it again was just like, oh, that was impossible to find that silly little freckle. But I thought it was cool. I had a freckle.
Good morning, Rebecca.
It was pretty.
Well, it's afternoon here, but
yes, it is now hit. It is now hit afternoon. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it needs to get warmer. I am freezing.
You're free. Oh my goodness. I had to turn the AC on. Can you guys in the chat, if you can hear my AC, let me know. I can turn it off, but I had to turn it on. I was in here Well, I was having a hot flash, so.
I'm hiding. I'm in the room where it's it's always really cool because it's like in the shades on the north side of the house, and it's covered up, and it's like the back room. It's my laundry room. I'm Harry Potter. This is the room under the stairs. I'm the Harry Potter room. So yeah, it's always chilly back here. So I'm a little chilly. That's okay. Hey, Kathy.
Hello, Vintage and Vino. Hi, Kathy.
And I can hear your AC a little bit.
Hello. Thanks for being here. So as a reminder, all of the information is down in the description box below on how to send your info, how to pay. Hi, Maggie. I ask that you pay your invoice within 48 hours, please. And I am finding a problem now with I've been in business long enough that people's info is dropping out of my Gmail, or it's dropping off of my I haven't had a problem with PayPal yet, but Pirate Ship. So if you haven't bought something in a while, by all means, feel free to send me your info again. I do not mind at all if you send me your info twice. It does not bother me. So if you want to just update your info with me, that would be great, because I have had some problems tracking people down who I know previously purchased from me, and all of a sudden their info was gone.
Yeah, I had that happen on Pirate Ship too. It was weird. I know somebody had bought from me, and I couldn't find their info on there, and yep, had the same issue. Because we don't delete those emails.
Yeah, I don't delete anything.
They stay
also,
there.
if you've moved, and if you have changed your YouTube name, and then I write down your current YouTube name, and I don't remember what your previous YouTube name was, then I can't search it in my emails. So if you have changed your YouTube name recently, please send me an update with, this is my new YouTube name, this was my previous one, here's my info. So that happened to me too recently. Hi, Jill. Who else did I miss? Hi, Eileen. Hello, everyone. Hello.
Sorry, I have to look down at everyone's names.
That was my meanness, as Daniel says.
I always do the meanness. Meanness has to come out. It has to come out. There has to be rules, you know. Claudia and I have pretty much exactly the same rules. We do. So, what she said.
And normally I don't invoice until the weekend, but I do not have another sale until Thursday evening. And so I will be invoicing today and tomorrow morning. So just keep an eye out for your invoice. And also, the other thing I've run into is where people have, they're using an old email for PayPal. And so the invoice is going to the old email that people don't check. So I always say, after I have invoiced everybody, I put a notice on Instagram to check your PayPal. Just open up your PayPal once a week and take a look at that, because your email notification may very well be going to the old email that you no longer use. So just how all of the, hi Susan, hi Delbert, that's, the digital world, sometimes you're like, well, I didn't get an email. It went to your old email, the email you don't open anymore, because that's the email associated with your PayPal. So, hi Mary. Hello, hello.
And I'm good, Chris. I'm all good. We're hanging in there. We good.
So, uranium glass is my favorite thing. Everybody knows I love uranium glass. It is, I think, my biggest collection. And so I did bring some things to show you that are not for sale, just to give you some examples of, because some people only collect the yellow. Some people only collect the green. Some people only collect the custard. I have a little bit of everything. I love it all, but I brought some pieces so that if you're out looking and don't have your black light with you, you may want to take a second look at things like this. So I did bring that. And then I'm wearing, these were a jadeite bowl in a previous life. I just lost her. Tinker Creations Ooh. On, I think, Etsy. I follow her on TikTok and on Instagram. And she takes old glass that's been broken and makes jewelry out of it. And flowers. She makes these little flowers. Ooh. So my earrings glow. They are an old McKee jadeite bowl. And then I have an original from the probably 1930s. This has the green glass in it, and it is uranium glass. And while I'm showing you guys this, I do want to talk about glue will fluoresce under black light. So don't be fooled. If it does not glow bright green, it's not uranium. If it glows with that ghostly, it's just reacting to the glue. It's going to glow bright green if it's got uranium in it. So you probably wouldn't be able to see.
And yet other things will fluoresce too. Oh, see, that pops instantaneous. It's like glow in the dark stickers from the 80s, guys. That's what it's going to look like.
It will absolutely. It's going to glow bright green.
Yeah.
If it is, in fact, uranium glass and not just reacting to the glue that's underneath it. Pearls will glow under a black light because they are an organic matter.
Amber does too, and a lot of amber will glow under a black light as well. It has a really weird green cast to it too, which is kind of unearthly when you look at it, because it's orange. How do you make orange green? It's got to be amber. Yep.
And, we learned that manganese makes things do that ghostly green glow. Yeah. So, but that is a very hard glow to see unless you're in a black room.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be ghostly instead of pop a bright green.
Right.
So uranium is always going to be a pop of bright green. And it's very distinctive. Hello, Alicia. Did I say that right? Alicia?
It's a very pretty name, and we're sorry if we massacre it, but it's a very pretty name.
So I did write just down some facts. Now, hi, Kaz. If you already are familiar with uranium glass, you are going to know most of this. So I'm just going to start with, maybe you know nothing, and I'm just going to give you some facts. If you have questions, hi, Geneva. If you have questions, pop them into the chat, and I will try to answer them. So, why uranium? Uranium colors the glass green or yellow. That is why uranium. And when we covered early American pattern glass, we learned that the manganese was put in there and the lead was put in there to make the clear glass more clear. Well, uranium is put in there to make the glass green or yellow. And uranium, I learned a new fact. Uranium has been used for almost 2,000 years
I just learned that
to produce the green yellow glass. They found a Roman mosaic in a 1st century villa in Italy.
Yep. Those Romans, they did everything.
Oh, I missed that. I popped into that sale briefly, but I was so exhausted I didn't stay for the sale. Yeah. So in the U.S. now, it was popular in the 1700s, in the early 1800s for like Bohemian glass, but we were not using it in the U.S. Hi, Penny Sue, until 1830. That is when it gained popularity in the U.S. for glassmaking. And then, of course, World War II, we've talked about this before, halted the use of uranium in glass because all uranium was needed for the war efforts. It was resumed in 1958, putting uranium in glass again. But by then, some of the companies had found ways to replicate the green without uranium, and they didn't return to it. Now, clear up into the 2000s, there were companies like Boyd, Mosser, Summit, and Fenton who were still using uranium in their glass. Now, some of those companies are not even in business now, but in the early 2000s, they were still using uranium, especially Fenton. Like we know Fenton was making custard glass. So some of the names for uranium glass, and I've got examples. So Vaseline glass is only the yellow glass, and it is common in America to label anything that glows Vaseline glass, especially on eBay, because the keywords will just bring up more.
Yeah.
But it is the yellow glass. Yellow glass is the Vaseline glass.
It looks like Vaseline.
So because it looks like what Vaseline originally looked like, it in person this looks much more yellow. Across the camera, you do get the green cast that it has, but it's yellow versus the green. So Vaseline glass, only yellow glass is supposed to be called Vaseline glass. This piece is crazy because it's super, super yellow.
Oh, yeah.
And so I did not think in a million years that this would glow. I just picked it up because of the pretty pattern.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shocker.
I had no idea, because if you compare the yellows, I mean, this is almost amber.
Yeah.
But nope, it glows. So Vaseline glass is your yellow. Uranium glass. Now, all Vaseline glass will be uranium glass, but not all. Hi, Georgia. Not all uranium glass is Vaseline. We conjured Angela. So commonly, this is what people think of as uranium glass, is your green. And the green can be in varying shades.
Oh, yeah.
Because this one is a little bit bluer green than this green. So you've got all kinds of different shades. Going around my kitchen, I have uranium glasses, and when you my light, I have no idea. Would it say on it?
I don't know. I have a little tiny guy.
It just says 12 UV LED flashlight. That's what it says. And you can see the difference in the glasses going around the top of my kitchen, and some of them are very blue compared to some of the other ones.
Yes.
And then you've got uranium glass that has a silver overlay.
Ooh.
But this is, none of these are for sale. This piece has a silver overlay. I got this off of Michael Todd. Couldn't believe that, because usually you can't win anything.
Yeah.
Then you've got Burmese glass.
That's the other name.
And Fenton does the Burmese. And Burmese is always going to shade into pink. You've got jadeite.
Burmese glass looks yummy. Jadeite's the other one, yep.
Now, jadeite won't always glow because Fire King jadeite does not glow. It was made after World War II and does not have a glow. This is McKee. McKee glows. So not all jadeite will glow, and jadeite was not made with uranium in it after World War II. So if you find a piece of jadeite that glows, you can date that.
Burmese is hard to come by. Congrats, Angela! It's awesome when you find that stuff in the wild.
So custard can be white to pale yellow. So that's going to be hard to see, but this one is white. It's considered custard. I didn't know it was considered custard. It is. Yeah. So this one glows very bright in real life. It's hard to see across the thing. Very rarely you can find a blue that glows. This one shocked me to death. This is a little salt dip. It's very busted up. So this one was used.
Ooh.
Look how blue that is.
Yeah.
So this one shocked me. I had no idea. And then this one is the emerald green color.
Ooh, that one is so pretty. I've never seen a glow like that either.
Yeah.
Oh,
so every now and then I come across a piece that surprises me. I check everything. This little piece I found on my birthday.
Yeah, check everything, guys, because I found out that the hard way. Check everything. Just lay it on your table. Go over with the light.
Here's one of my favorites.
Yep, and pink can glow too. Yep. Oh, yes.
So the blue does not glow, but
they do watermelon. They do watermelon glass like that too, which
watermelon glass.
There you go, watermelon glass. I love the watermelon.
I've got a set of 4 of these, and they cost me $60.
They're amazing.
The pink does not glow, but the bottom does.
Yep.
So watermelon glass was my next thing.
Oh,
also, the other name for Vaseline glass, which we rarely use anymore, was canary glass.
Oh, yes.
So in the 1800s, that was called canary glass. So that was all the names that I've got for.
Yeah, that was all I saw.
Glass. Uranium glass can be made, usually is made with up to 2% uranium. And there are some pieces that have up to 25% uranium in them, but those were made more recently. They did some experiments to find out if, good morning, Susan, if the glasses were leaching uranium, and they found they were leaching tiny bits, which you get more radiation from your TV and your phone, and so it's negligible, but they found that with extended use it did not leach anymore. So like that initial in the beginning it leached a bit, and then over time it didn't. So if you're using your uranium dishes, they probably are not leaching anything.
I eat my breakfast off of one. I have a little juice glass. I drink my juice out of it. It used to freak my kids out because they thought that I was going to die from uranium poisoning. That doesn't happen. But just stick by the old rule. If it's chipped, no lips. I mean, just stick by that rule.
Yeah, and you always, we talked about that with crystal too.
Yeah.
If it's chipped, don't use it. And with crystal, don't let things sit in it.
Yeah.
Because you don't want a chemical reaction that's going to pull some of the lead out of crystal. But same with uranium. So it's pretty safe to use your uranium. Some people say not to use it, just display it. I use it every day.
I use it every day.
And then the final thing is they will add iron oxide to make it more green.
That's what they did with depression glass.
That was all of my things. Did I miss anything?
No, that's great. The depression glass was made with more iron oxide so that it looked greener than just putting the, and you'll see some pieces of depression glass will be paler green, while other pieces will be darker green, and that's because they just have a little bit more iron oxide than not. And green was a very popular color, Victorian times into Edwardian, and it lasted that everything had to be green. Oh my Lord, everything had to be green, and that's probably why they used the uranium.
And yes, what Angela's saying, don't microwave it, don't don't use your dishwasher at all. If you eat off of anything vintage, don't use your dishwasher. Wash by hand. Dishwashers are bad.
The only reason why my Pyrex that I have that has been in the family since it first was bought at probably Macy's is because there was no dishwasher in the house. And it wasn't until I started washing this that I learned, don't put Pyrex in the dishwasher. That's when I learned. Yeah. I don't know about the added iron. Oh, I think I understand that. Not 100% sure. That's okay. So yeah, don't put it. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. We've all done that, though. We've all done that, Dilbert, and never on purpose. When you wrap something up in tinfoil, you take it off, and that one little piece sticks, and you're like, "Oh my God, the microwave's popping!"
My kid tried to blow the microwave up because he had one of those ramen cookers. So
yeah.
You put and then you add the water, and he didn't add the water. He started a fire in there. Oh my goodness.
Delbert, you were found of awesome, funny information today. I love it. That makes thermite. I have no idea what that is. That's okay. I'm not a scientist.
All right. I'm going to switch the layout.
I just went to that.
And we will get started.
Oh, goodness. Oh. Hello. How are you all doing? Yes, I know. We've all done that too in elementary school. Chew it, find out what happened. Tried to get my son to stick his tongue to a dead 9-volt battery. See if it still works. Put your tongue on the 9-volt. He wouldn't do it. All right, the first piece I have up is a stretch vase. Now, from what I was looking up, it has been listed as Indiana, but I cannot definitively say it is Indiana. It does have that very similar base to it. There are no chips, cracks, or condition issues with it. It does have a little bubble in the glass, so that was done when they were doing this. It has the little tiny scalloped edges, and it is 11 inches tall. So a really pretty bud vases. I would like to see this with some peacock feathers. I'm going to be honest, sticking out of it. So it really is a pretty ribbed vase. I also have it in black, which will be coming up for sale soon, but I figured we'll start with the green one. So if you're interested in my Indiana stretch vase that does glow, all right, we're doing this a lot tonight, right? Or today. That does glow. It does have a very nice, pretty bright glow. Hopefully y'all can see that.
Yeah, you can see it.
It will be $20, number 75. $20, number 75 for my stretch vase. Make sure I said that right. It's last week. I'm saying that right. Are we doing one or two?
We can do two.
We can do two. Okay. My next piece, this is one of my favorites. I have two favorites. This is definitely one of my favorites because I don't come across these all that often. It is an ice bucket. So it is a draped, and I'm going to try to get the draped in there. It is a draped.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Ice bucket. And I just thought there's nothing that's going to look cooler than sitting outside with a little bit of ice in here and your white wine hanging out on the porch. And when the kids bother you and walk by, you just kind of show them, oh, yeah, it glows. So the whole piece glows. It is tall-wise 6 inches tall and diameter 4 inches. So 6 by 4. It does have some water staining along the top line there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it to show. It's just from hard water usage. Can you see the line? Yeah. So somebody obviously used it as a vase instead of like an ice bucket. But I really think that it was meant for being, a wine bottle. I don't have a wine bottle. I got a water bottle there. So I do think that's what it was meant for. It is really pretty. It is one of my favorite pieces. I have no idea who made it, but the base is kind of neat because it almost looks like a spider web.
Yeah, it does.
It kind of
Hi,
looks like a
Spirit
spider.
Junkie.
Hey, so if you're interested in my ice bucket, because that's what I'm calling it, it'll be $20, number 63. $20, number 63 on that one. Yes, the Pyrex. That yellow Pyrex. It always has that yellowy. Ooh, cheers. Gas to it.
All right. I have 4 champagne coupes, and they do not have chips or cracks, amazingly enough.
I see you, Angela. Thank you.
So I'll try and show you all 4 so that you know that I have 4. So 4 champagne coupes.
Gosh.
I got these from Fatbird Finds, and less than a week later, I came across some in the wild, and I actually like those better. But they do have very pretty optic on them.
Oh, yeah.
They are, ooh, all right, knock it over. Just under 4.5 inches tall.
And they're so classy. They're so Casablanca.
Yeah.
I love them.
Really, they've got a nice feel. They're just nice. I'll show you the glow. So they have a pretty fierce glow.
Yeah.
And for all 4 of them, $30, number 5.
Yeah.
And to pack these securely, probably going to be a big box. $30, number 5.
Oh, yes, one of Angela's favorite drinks there. Could you imagine sitting out on Halloween with like your UV lights going, your black lights going, and just sipping like some cider out of that? I think it'd be awesome.
My next item is pretty beat up. I do think that they used a mixer with this bowl, even though it is not a traditional mixing bowl. It's got this nice ruffled edge, but it does glow nicely. So if you wanted to put things in it in your collection, you aren't going to see the scratches, but it is pretty beat up, and I do believe it is beater damage. No chips, no cracks. It's just lots and lots of scratching from years of use. So this was somebody's small mixing bowl. It's only $10, number 13. $10, number 13, because it was heavily used. And that's my 2.
Okay. I have a set of 3, and I only have 3, unfortunately. It's always 3, right? It's always an odd number. We try so hard. But 3 little tiny shot glasses.
Oh,
That's
those
what
are
I'm gonna call them.
adorable.
They get the little handle on them. They are a mold, so you can see the seam. There's a seam that runs there, seam that runs just underneath the handle, and then on top of the handle. So the whole thing is molded together. So I do have 3 of them and try to do the glow with the light on. They do glow quite brilliantly.
Yeah, they do.
I know with the light on. Oh, I love putting, yay, do that. I think that'd be so fun. I have some big marbles that I put in these that are really fun. They're great to hold marbles. They do stand, you can flip them, or you use them as little fancy little glowy shot glasses. So, hey, Kathy. They are 2.5 inches, and I'm just feeling over them again to make sure. I can only feel the seams as little rough spots, but underneath the lip might be a little bit rough, but I think that's just the way they were made. So all 3 little tiny glowy shot glasses. Whoop. They'll be $9 for the trio, number 87. $9, number 87 for the glowy trio there. Put those back there.
I
like
love
the shape
those.
of them. I wish they were bigger, because how fun would it be to drink coffee out of them, right? Well, I suppose you could do like a shot of espresso. Maybe that's what they were. Maybe they were espresso cups. I see you, Angela. Thank you very much. And my next piece is another kitchen piece. Now, this is a Hazel Atlas measuring cup. Hold on. I need my piece of white paper here. So it has cups on one side, and then it has on the other side, it has ounces on the other side there. I love the 4-footedness, which is nice and thick down here on the bottom.
Oh, I love
And
that.
the little design, the little like deco design they did. Pine cone, acorn, you know, whatever. It's in fabulous condition, though. There are no condition issues with this. There's no chips or cracks. It does glow like a beast, that is for sure. It does really, really glow nicely without turning my light off. It does say patent pending on the bottom, or patent applied for. Oh, look at that showing up all nice and clear for a change. But I love that it has the 4 feet, and it's a great little kitchen thing, totally usable today. I have some of these had juicers that would go on top of them. I think this particular one would have had a mixer thing. They had the little hand mixers that went on top of them too. My piece of my juicer doesn't quite fit on top of there, but they would have them like that, so you could juice your orange juice and you know how many ounces or cups. But I like that this is a wet to dry measuring piece. Only one you're going to need because it goes up to 2 cups. Isn't that awesome? So it'll be $15, number 89. $15, number 89 for the measuring cup. And those are Matsu.
I love that. I have a 2-cup
Cool.
and a 1-cup, but they're just the basic ones. They aren't fancy like that one.
Oh, that one is really fancy, yeah.
All right, my next item.
You see Angela first for that one?
I see Angela first.
Okay, just check it in.
It's a pear.
Oh, I love those.
I know. Look at the ruffle on them. Isn't that gorgeous? And I rarely ever come across a pair. I keep the singles for myself. I haven't matched any of the single ones up that I have because if I did, I'd probably have to sell them.
Yes.
But I do not feel any chips or cracks on this set at all. And they glow well. And 4 inches tall. They're just beautiful. They're very classy and I don't know.
And they're so bright green without the light up. Yeah.
Yeah. The ruffle is just so pretty. So the pair of them, $25, number 9. $25, number 9.
We're sorry. We knew this was going to be a big teaser for a lot of uranium collectors out there, guys. We're sorry. We're not sorry, though.
Okay. This piece does have a chip in it, so I have priced accordingly. So you've got a divided relish dish, and the chip. Well, the edge is rough, so you've got some flea bites, but you got just a little chip there. But it's rough. It was used. And if you guys could see the table and just the different shades of green.
Yeah, I was just looking at that here, too.
Unreal. This one's only $10, number 17. $10, number 17, because it's got some rough on the edges. And that's my 2.
I have, and this does have a minor condition issue. It's not necessarily that it's rough. It looks like I think it's a little flea bite. So I have a uranium glass flower frog. I'm going to try and show off right there above my finger, and my light's probably blowing. See, as you can see, there's a slight discoloration right there. So what I was using this for was it had my marbles in it, and I mixed them up between black and white and uranium marbles and had them sitting under my black light. These are also great for pens. They do hold your pens on your desk, which is kind of neat. There's lots of uses for flower frogs. I still am waiting for somebody to do a video for me on flower frogs so I could see how I'm supposed to actually use them, because I would really love that. Somebody do that, please, because I'm not a florist arranger. It is 2.5, 3 inches across. And it's just, with the exception of that, it's in really pretty good condition. It's got the 3 little feet here, so it stands up, but And it is a very, like, the difference in green, like Claudia was talking, look, they're both uranium glass, but this one is so much greener than this one.
Yep.
So if you are interested in my uranium flower frog, it's going to be $12, number 98. $12, number 98. Challenge accepted. I love that. Angela, you make me laugh so hard. You really, really do. Okay. And my next item is the open sugar bowl I just showed you because they were sitting next to each other. So this is that when you see it, this is like depression glass green, and it's so pale. I need to know about the flower frog. What do you need to know? So you see how much paler it is. I cannot for the life of me remember off the top of my head what this is. It does have the panels, but this makes a great additive. I'm trying to see if the flower, I'm trying to remember if the flower frog fit. No, it fits. If I dropped it down in there, it would fit all the way in there. But you can flip them over. Oh, that challenge. Yes, thank you, Angela. Please do that. You flip it over. It makes a really great riser. Once again, it also holds
I use
sugar.
mine as a riser. I have that exact one and use it as a riser.
Because it works. Like, it actually almost looks like if Dobby had a square head. It looks like little Dobby's ears from Harry Potter. Relating everything back. Yeah, it's open sugar. I just don't remember the name of the panels. It's panel something. I just cannot remember. So if you're interested in this, it was probably a Hazel Atlas. They were very prolific in the depression glass, genre there. It is $8, number 82. $8, number 82 on the open sugar bowl. And that's my two. Yeah, it does look like Dobby with ears.
All right. My next item is just a single sherbet.
I love
just
this.
a single one. And it's more yellow in person than it's coming across. And I knew the name to this pattern, and now I cannot remember. But it was pressed into a mold with this pattern. It's not, it looks like it's like stretch glass, but it's not. To me, it looks very snake skin. I think it's weird.
That's why I like it, though, because it does look like snake skin. And the glow on that.
Man, does it glow. So just a single sherbet. $12, number 1. Yes. But it's not. That pattern is pressed into the glass. And then my next item.
Thank you, Barbie. Because I want to see that too.
Is a daisy and button bell. It had some kind of paper label right here. I didn't mess with it, but that wouldn't have been a Fenton label, although, I don't know, looks Fenton.
Yeah.
So it glows beautifully. It's a nice example of custard glass. It is 6 1/4 inches tall. Has a nice ring. You can see the daisy and button pattern there.
And so many companies use the daisy and button patterns, which is why sometimes it's very hard to know exactly who made it.
Now, I did find ones online that look identical with the rib that still had the paper label on the inside. So it could be Fenton. $15, number 7. $15, number 7. And that's my two.
Yes. Oh, thank you, Barbie, for doing that. Yes, those girls do very similar to us on their bergamot or brocant. I'm going to say that first word wrong, Angela, and I'm just going to say the bergamot show because I love that word. They do a great job of going over and teaching stuff too, because that's what I think a lot of this should be about. So like we can all kind of learn. When Roy and I were at Rebecca, we found a lovely man who did carnival glass, and he was like, I'll tell you whatever you want to know. And Roy and I stood there, we were like, teach us, we love to learn. Go ahead, tell us all about all this really cool carnival glass. And he did, and he had no problem doing it. It was really nice. Okay, my next piece up is a piece of federal glass. It's my juicer. Here's the little federal shield right there. Markings are always fun. This is, in my mind, this is a lemon juicer. I have an orange one. This would be for lemons. It is a little rough here on the point. Not a lot. It does have a little rough point, but not inside where it always counts. And usually these are chewed up beyond belief, but the ridges on this are in perfect condition, really good condition. So whenever you have to add one juice of one lemon, use one of these guys. I use my orange juicer every morning for my smoothie. I juice my oranges. So if you're interested in this piece, it will be $12, number 97. $12, number 97 for the lemon juicer. And I always find the orange juices. I just never find the smaller ones. Because I tried to juice an orange. I found this when I was in Massachusetts, and I tried to use it for my orange smoothies in the morning. And let me just tell you, it didn't work. It was spilling off the side. It was a nightmare. All right. My next piece is a piece of custard glass. Now I am gonna offer this up just because I think more people will be interested in it. All right. It's just the only reason why I'm gonna give it an offer up. So I'm gonna put in offer up at $20. So it is a piece of custard glass, and it does have butterflies that go all around. So it's a little bonbon dish. And in the center is a butterfly actually flying away, but the rest of the butterflies are all like dancing around this one guy in the center, which I absolutely love. It's in no condition issues. It's in fantastic shape. It's got the little scallopy edges, really great little handles, and of course, it glows. It glows. Oops,
It's
from the
so
back.
pretty.
It's a very pretty piece.
Oh.
So let's see, measurement wise, I just love the fact that it reminds me of spring and it's butterfly-y. And so we'll do 8 inches from handle to handle. So from handle to handle, it is 8 inches, and it's just a really pretty piece. And it is Fenton. Does have, try to get it to stand up right. Does have its Fenton mark right in there. I don't know if I'm going to get it to show up because it's custard glass. But if there's no interest, we will put it aside. I figured I'd give it a whirl. I'll just enjoy it a little bit longer under my black lights. And those were mine too.
All right. So my next dish is this handled one. I love these little handles. They have spots for your thumbs.
Yes. Ooh.
And it's got this nice swirl optic on it.
Oh. I got you, Rebecca.
No chips, no cracks on this one. It is from handle to handle 9.5 inches long. Super pretty. There's the glow on this one. Rebecca came in at 20 on that. Oh, you said sold to Rebecca. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
It's yours, Rebecca.
So this little dish with the handles, $20, number 15. $20, number 15 on that one.
I love the good dishes because you put that out and serve like some nice snacks. Oh,
and
it's
then I've got this little aperitif glass. It's got an optic too. Look at the swirl on that.
Oh.
The optic on that. So note, I had a set of them. One has a chip, so I kept that one. Brought this one for you guys. This one's in really, really good condition. And it's just a little.
I want to drink some green berry out of that. Oh, congrats, Rebecca. I'm so glad.
4.5 inches tall.
Oh, wow.
$12, number 11. $12, number 11. You know, one thing I did forget to talk about was that there are people who are currently making uranium things, very often like uranium animals. And as long as they're saying that that's something that they made right now, that's great. But there was one guy on eBay who was calling it vintage, and he was buying them from China and trying to pass them off as vintage. And he had complaint after complaint after complaint on his in his reviews. So you do have to be careful for that. And there's nothing wrong with buying something that's current if you just want a uranium collection. But if you want a vintage uranium collection, you want to know that it was vintage and not have somebody lying to you about it. Thank you, Susan.
And I know some people for that. They take the pieces that are chipped or broken and they break them down and then they reuse it. So they're recycling it, and like Claudia's earrings and doing that. So they did come from vintage glass. I know there were quite a few. I think when I was watching the show with Becky, she was saying some of them were doing some older Fenton pieces or that had got busted down and they remade it into something else. I could have that wrong, so don't quote me. My next item is, once again, it's an item. It's 3. It's a group of 3. This is the smaller little bread and butter plates. These are the Madrid pattern. They are depression glass. I do have 3 of them. So these were made by Federal Glass in between 1932 and 1939. Just wanted to make sure I had the dates right. And I always recognize the Madrid pattern by the little, I call it mustaches. So they have little mustaches. That's how you know it's the Madrid pattern. That's just how I remember, because to me they look like mustaches. This one plate here does have a few little condition issues. The rest are fine. Here it is right here. It's got a little tiny, nick out of the bottom of the plate. But I've got the 1, the 2. I love the Madrid pattern too. I have the bowls in these, and I love the squareness of the bowls. And then 3. All 3 of the Madrid. These guys are the 5.5-inch babies. So let's see. They do glow because they are depression glass. They do have a really, really nice glow to them. And when you stack depression glass together, you get an idea of the real greenness of them too.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in my 3 little plates here, these are great for toast and scones and cookies and desserts and things like that. They'll be $9, number 73. $9, number 73 for the Madrid depression glass. I'm going to call them little snacky plates. That's what I think of them as. Now this one, oh my goodness, I'm trying to remember. I think this is the American Sweetheart. I could be totally off base. I forgot to redouble check because I've had this piece for a while. This is a butter dish. Let's see you, Angela. Thank you very much. This is a bottom of a butter dish. Now, had I had the top, they would have a domed top on them. Had I had the top, this would be worth, So that's why I pick them up anyways, because you never know when you're going to come across it in a different store, or maybe somebody has the top. I don't have the top. Like I said, I think it's American Sweetheart, but I could be totally off base with that. So bottom of a butter dish, but you could use it as a small serving bowl too. You could tell it is because it has this lip right in here where the dome would have sat on. It's kind of like a cloche if you've never seen one. They have domes on. So if you're interested in the butter dish, I can't believe I just held it like that. It'll be $10, number 84. $10, number 84 for the bottom of that dish. And those are all too. Thank you. It looks like Sweetheart. I'm spitballing.
All right, I have a piece of anchor hocking. So just a little anchor hocking. Growing up, we called these egg cups. So I don't know what its official name is, but you can see it's Hazel Atlas, not anchor hocking. Hazel Atlas.
I get this confused all the time. I do it every time.
There's no anchor. It's Hazel Atlas. So just the little. They're just little more than 2 inches. Oh my goodness, I'm dropping everything.
I would drop things and break them. I hope don't do that.
It was my black light I dropped, so.
Oh, all right.
So the little custard cup, egg cup, whatever you want to call it, $10, number 9. And there's no chips or cracks on this one. It's so pretty.
And so you look at that and you know it glows.
Oh, yeah. I love uranium glass. When you're out in the sun, like in yard sales, I'll hold it up and go, yep, that's going to glow. Yep. $10, number 9. Now, here is the piece. Oh, thanks, MJ. Let me write that down. Hi, Chris. Here's the piece I thought would glow, and it did not. And I did not have my black light with me. And honestly, I would have bought it anyway because it's so pretty. But this little opalescent plate does not glow. There is no glow here. No glow.
I would have thought that glowed too.
I know, right? So it's either a really shallow bowl or a curved plate. I don't know what it is. I could not find a maker on it. I had a blue one that was an actual bowl and then this green one that's more shallow. It's so pretty.
It's pretty. Yeah.
It's so pretty with this opalescence. But did not glow. This one surprised me. And I really need to get a second black light because I use it in here and then I forget to put it back into my purse and take it with me.
Yep.
Yeah, Angela says it looks like Northwood. It's got these beautiful details, like, you know, where it looks like beading here. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. So, it is going to be $10, number 3. $10, number 3, for the only piece I have today that does not glow. And that was mine.
I love that. So do you want to, you got Carrie Ann for number 3. Yes, Jefferson did have that color. I've had a few of the Jefferson pieces before, and it was definitely one of the two, which would definitely make that on the antique side.
Yeah,
do we want to do a little recap?
Sure.
Ooh, okay. Then I will put a few things up. Yes. Okay. So let's see. I had the 11-inch stretchy, glowy vase here in really great condition. I'm leaning towards Indiana, but I could be totally off base on this. Helps if I grab the cards. This was a $20, number 75 for the glowy bud vase. $20, number 75. Let's see. I had the Uranium flower frog. It does have a little chip in the center there of its funky little star. And that is $12, number 98. And the open sugar with the panels. I love it to use a whole bunch of different things with it. And that was $8, number 82. My juicer. That was the last one there. My juicer there. My lemon juicer, Federal Glass. That'll be $12, number 97.
Bye, Georgia. Have a good day.
Y'all saw the rest of the last piece you just saw. So, whoop, that's my recap.
All right. I had the 4 champagne coupes, no chips, no cracks. $30, number 5 for all 4 of them. I had the radium glass bowl that somebody used a beater in. So it has beater damage, but no chips, no cracks. $10, number 13. Yee. To move things carefully. The divided relish dish that does have some roughage around the edges. $10, number 17. I had the ruffled candlesticks. These are just stunning. I just love these.
I love those.
$25, number 9 for the pair. And I just dropped my pen. It's that kind of day. And then the last thing was the Vaseline sherbet dish, and that's $12, number 1. That was my items. Change the layout. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today.
Yes.
And talking all things uranium glass, because I love, love, love uranium glass.
It was one of the first things I purchased.
It's my biggest collection.
Yeah.
Is my uranium. Out of everything, that's my biggest collection is my uranium glass.
I'm not surprised. My whole front window had this weird green glow to it for the longest time, and I just recently had to take it out because they're still working on my kitchen. And I swear, people must have been driving through the neighborhood going, what kind of weird lab experiments are they doing in that house with that weird glow in the big 6-foot bay window?
Yeah, you
That's
can
all I
see
can
the
think of.
glow when I've got it
Yeah.
all lit up from the street at night.
Yeah. I was like, I'm one of these days I'm going to cause someone to have a car accident. They're going to drive in because if you don't turn, you pull into my driveway and you hit one of my cars. They're just going to be like, "What is that?" It's awesome at Halloween, but it's great any time of the year. Really, really is. And I have been, and if you can, and if you live anywhere near Pennsylvania, the eastern side of Pennsylvania, I believe it's in Hawley, Pennsylvania, there is a uranium glass museum. And the things that this man
Oh,
had,
that was awesome when you went.
oh, it's mind blowing. It is mind blowing the stuff he has. And so many. Oh, good, Rebecca. And so many different pieces that I've just never, ever, ever seen and will never see again. Like you'll never see a water cooler with the silver overlay that all still works ever again, unless you're in some kind of glass museum. So that's really fun. So go. That's the point. Go if you can. Because he's getting up there in age.
I have not found uranium glass in the wild around here in a while. And I used to find it every time I left the house.
It's
So
kind of
maybe I just bought everybody's uranium glass.
I think you did. I think you did. Yeah.
That crazy lady bought it all.
Yep. Yep.
Yes, I am so close to 500. If you are not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed to both of us. Nikki's information is down below. We'll be on her channel next week. Milk glass.
Milk glass.
Milk glass. And I've got that gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous milk glass piece. Oh, it's on the other side of the room. The candy dish with the silver crust. I can't remember the name of the pattern, but I picked it up. It's in my haul video. If you haven't seen my haul video from this weekend yet, that will be up for sale next Monday at Glass with Class on Nikki's channel. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful.
It'll be fun. The milk glass will be fun. It is an underrated, overrated. Everybody wants it. Nobody wants it. It's like it goes back and forth. But I will say this, milk glass, I have a very hard time keeping it in my booth. And I have the most milk glass in my whole place. So people are like, oh, that's the milk glass booth. I have a whole big shelving unit of it. So I did swipe a couple pieces from the booth. So I can bring you guys some really interesting pieces. So that'll be a lot of fun. Yes, I have to see it. I have to go see the video. I gotta see this piece. But just a little FYI, guys, I am going to be doing my first What's Not on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern. So if you're not over, I just saw in the chat a while ago that it crashed. Gonna have to look at that. So please come over and support, check me out and everything. And if you go to some of my links in my channels, I actually have the link that you can sign up. And if you buy something, you get $10 off, but you have to use the link. You can't just go and do the download. So that's my sale for this week coming up. My next one coming up is on Wednesday at 3.
And don't forget, Thursday night, Martha, Vintage Conversation will be on my channel. It's the first time. We've never done a sale together before. I love Martha, so we're going to have a lot of fun, and that will be at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So check out Martha. And if you saw my haul, I will show you one of the items that is going to be up for sale, offer up on Thursday night. This little fairy lamp. Thursday night. Check it out. That's when I'll be putting that one up for sale. So, yeah. Fairy lamps. Yes. In blue.
Yeah, I love that color too. It's a blue pickle. That's what I call it, a pickle. Because it looks like a pickle.
I think I said that in my haul video. I was like, I think Nikki calls these the pickles.
I call them the pickles. They look like, especially if you get a green one. I think I have the base of a green one, but I don't have the top. So I have the base of a glowy one. If I ever find the top of that, forget about it. It'll be on. That'll be my second piece.
Yeah, I have that one in custard in my personal collection.
Oh, I didn't really need a custard one. I like custard glass. There's something about it that's just pretty.
Yeah. All right.
That's it. That's our show.
That's it.
Yep, we try to take an hour.
Hanging out with us. Make sure you give us a thumbs up, and we will see you in the chats. Bye guys.
Everyone. Have a good day.